What was the worst thing someone told you after you beat cancer? The guy at the gym front desk looked me up and down and whispered, "Listen man, the owner doesn't like skinny guys working out here. You might want to try somewhere else." I told him I'd already paid for the month online and he just shook his head like I'd signed my own death warrant. Then I saw the owner, Bo, this massive guy doing bicep curls with dumbbells that weighed more than me. The second I walked past him toward the squat rack, his eyes locked onto me with the kind of look a wolf gives a wounded deer. What nobody in this gym knew was that before the cancer, I'd squatted 800 pounds and held world records in 2 different weight classes. The problem was, I didn't know if any of that strength was still buried somewhere or if the cancer had stolen it permanently. I set up at the squat rack with just the empty barbell for my warm-up, moving precisely the way I'd always done. Bo's workout partner Greg immediately started filming me, narrating loudly enough for everyone to hear. Look at this guy treating 45 pounds like it's a max attempt, probably the most weight he's ever handled in his life. I kept my mouth shut and focused on my breathing, but I could feel Bo watching me from across the gym with increasing interest. When I added 1 plate per side, Bo walked over and stood directly behind me, close enough that I could feel his breath on my neck. "Little man, this is a serious gym for serious lifters. The Planet Fitness is 2 blocks down where they won't judge you for wasting everyone's time." He reached out and poked my exposed spine through my shirt mid-squat. "I can count every bone in his back. This kid's built like a xylophone." The poke threw off my balance and I nearly dropped the bar, my face burning as people laughed. Bo's girlfriend wandered over and gasped when she saw me up close. "Oh my god, are you okay? Medically okay?" Bo grabbed my arm and lifted it, showing everyone how his fingers could wrap completely around my bicep with room to spare. "Feel this. It's like grabbing a chicken bone." This is what happens when gamers try to become athletes. More people gathered to watch as I moved to the bench press, and I could see Bo following me, his attention now fully focused on making an example out of me. Greg grabbed my gym bag and dumped everything onto the floor, and my old competition photos scattered across the rubber mats. Pictures from when I weighed 220 pounds of muscle, deadlifting 900 pounds at nationals. Bo picked one up and burst out laughing. This skeletal loser actually brought fake pictures as inspiration. Look, he photoshopped his face onto a real powerlifter's body. He started tearing them up while I stood frozen, watching 3 years of competitive memories turned into confetti. They brought over the gym scale, and Bo literally picked me up and placed me on it like a child, announcing 132 pounds of pure weakness to everyone. His girlfriend said her purse weighed more, and to prove it, Bo grabbed me under my arms and did bicep curls with my entire body while counting reps out loud. Each lift made my ribs ache where the surgical scars were still tender, but I couldn't break free without looking even more pathetic. Bo ripped my shirt off to compare physiques in the mirror, exposing my surgical scars and protruding ribs to everyone as he flexed next to my skeletal frame. This is what happens when you skip every day. He probably tells girls he's into fitness, like anyone would believe this concentration camp survivor could lift anything heavier than his iPhone. The whole gym was watching now, phones out, and I could see Bo feeding off the attention, getting more aggressive with each passing minute. Greg called the manager over, claiming I was making other members uncomfortable and suggesting I needed medical clearance. Bo added that I was a safety hazard who might collapse. Plus, it's bad for business. New members see this walking skeleton and think our supplements don't work. The manager looked uncomfortable but didn't tell them to stop, and I realized nobody was going to help me. I was loading plates onto the bar when Bo suddenly grabbed my wrist, squeezing hard enough that I felt bones grinding together. "You know what? I think it's time for you to leave." His voice had dropped to something quiet and dangerous, and the playful mockery from before was completely gone. He started dragging me toward the exit while Greg blocked my other side, and I could feel every eye in the gym watching to see what would happen next. "We don't need your kind here, making everyone uncomfortable with your disease-ridden body." That's when something inside me finally snapped. I twisted my wrist using a technique from my old training days and broke his grip, then shoved him backward hard enough that he stumbled. The shock on his face lasted maybe half a second before it transformed into pure rage, and I watched him charge at me with his full 260 pounds of muscle behind him. In that split second, I had to decide if the strength I'd spent 6 months rebuilding in my garage was real, or if I was about to get destroyed in front of everyone. Full story on the channel below.